The best way to reciprocate. Belka is huddled in the corner of her tiny room. Her quiet sobbing can be heard escaping from the ensconcement of her squirrel-shaped pillow. How did it turn out this way? Did I never belong here? Was I never meant to join 404? Big Sis doesn't care about me or our reunion. She doesn't care at all. As Belka cries her heart out, she stands up and slams the squirrel pillow to the ground. A squirrel. A screw squirrel. Big Sis. She hates squirrel. She hates me. Next, Belka snatches up all the squirrel plush, stickers, and mallard toys lined up on the desktop and furiously throws them into the bin by her feet. I'm done. I don't want any of this anymore. I hate squirrels. I hate mallards. I hate you, Big Sis. Belka shoves all the squirrels and mallards into the paper bin while tears well up in her eyes. Then she drags a travel bag out of the closet and begins packing her belongings. Don't want to be here anymore. I'm leaving today. Right now, I'm leaving right now. After a while of tearfully packing, her travel bag has been stopped full. Still sniffling, Belka hoists the bag onto her bag and takes a few steps toward the door. Suddenly, she reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out a bullet casing. Perhaps due to it being constantly and carefully polished, the bullet casing shines with a mirror-like gleam. It's the bullet casing Big Sis gifted me. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. Belka raises her hand and intends to throw the casing into the bin as well. However, after a few minutes of standing idly in the room, the casing is still tightly clutched in Belka's palm. Realizing her reluctance, Belka throws herself onto the bed again and bursts into tears. Suddenly, knocking on the door can be heard, followed by Kluke's voice coming through it. Are you in the room, Belka? I'm not. Nice try, Belka. What are you talking about? We can hear your cries down the entire hallway. I'm not crying. You're crying right now. As the sobbing inside the room seems to have subsided, Kluke awkwardly raises her voice to speak. Alright, stop crying. It was my fault last night. It is, you dumb cough. Given that I agreed to celebrate our anniversary together, I should have woken you up even when you were hibernating. Hearing Kluke's apology, Belka, who has almost stopped crying, bursts into tears again. Big Sis, you have always been like this. You never cared about me or my feelings. You're always so mean to me. You never team up with me during training. And you always deliberately avoid me. Overcome with emotion, Belka sits down on the edge of the bed, tears rolling down her cheeks. I don't want to be here anymore. Big Sis doesn't like me anyway. You don't care about our anniversary. I'm leaving 404. With the bag on her back, Belka furiously stands up and is ready to leave through the door when suddenly, she hears Kluke's voice with a much colder tone coming from outside. You think you can come and go as you please? I'm Hyde 404's leader, and you are one of its members. You're not going anywhere without my permission. So scary, but I'm going to leave anyway. With the bag on her back, Belka abruptly opens the door. Seeing Belka appear before her with eyes filled with tears, Kluke is stunned for a moment before immediately reacting. What are you doing with this big of a backpack? Belka takes a step back under the pressure from Kluke's gaze. She retreats into the room and slams the door shut. Yet before the door closes, Kluke catches sight of the mess going on inside the room. Boo-hoo. Inside the room, Belka throws herself back onto the bed and begins to cry softly again. After a moment of silence, Kluke starts to talk in a low, unnatural voice, unlike her normal way of speech. Belka, actually, I was quite surprised that you came to 404. I never realized I was that important to you, nor did I think that 404 was a good place of belonging for you. But you have proven to me with your action that keeping you in 404 was the right decision. Big Sis, even though you've got a long road ahead before becoming an elite now, and despite still being so noisy and clingy, you have indeed grown. I can be strict at times. At times? Shut up. It's all the time, you idiot. But I'm not completely insensitive. Your efforts haven't been lost on me. As Kluke finishes her monologue, silence returns to the room. With her tears finally stopping, Belka sniffles before slowly taking a few steps forward and opens the door. Kluke stands stiffly outside. Seeing Belka staring at her with tears streaming down her cheeks, Kluke cannot help but feel a little awkward. Big Sis. So you have been caring about me all along. Then why did you neglect the anniversary of our reunion? Clucase lower her eyes and remains silent for a moment, as if weighing her words. At last, she raises her head and looks at Belka earnestly. I know you have placed a good deal of importance on the day of our reunion. However, the exact date of the reunion or the day we chose to celebrate it for that matter doesn't really matter in my eyes. The fact that we are reunited is far more precious than any celebrations or commemorations. As long as 404 is still around with us in it, as long as we can still go on missions together, all return safe and sound, then that by itself is the best way of honoring our reunion. As she finishes, Clucase awkwardly clears her throat. She then retrieves a box from behind her, stops it into Belka's hands, and immediately looks away. Here, it's for you. For me? Belka's eyes widen as she frantically holds onto the box, completely flustered. Yes, take a look. Yes. Belka quickly unties the bow wrapping around the box. The lid of the box pops up to reveal a wooden carving of a squirrel. The squirrel clutches a pine cone and sits with its head tilted back in the center of the box. Although the carvings are somewhat rough, the squirrel's expression is vividly lifelike. A squirrel? Belka props up the wooden squirrel in her palm and stares at it in disbelief. Did you hand-carve this yourself, Pixis? Indeed. A present for the squirrel. It's rather rough. I did it casually in my spare time without putting much effort into it. You don't... I knew it. Big Sis cares about me after all. With traces of dried tears still visible on her cheeks, Belka breaks into a big smile and throws herself into a tight embrace with Clucase. You don't hurl yourself at me like this all of a... I know. Big Sis Clucase is the best. I love you the most. Then what's with all these squirrels on the ground? And mallards too. I had no idea you collected mallards. It doesn't matter. Belka giggles as she looks at the wooden squirrel in her hand and hugs Clucase even tighter. This squirrel Big Sis gave me is all Belka needs.